Miller Hill, a play by Sinan Ünel. Provincetown, 1988 and 2018. Greg, Paul, Matt, Joe. In 1988, Matt is 37. The others are in their late 20s.
Matt?
Provincetown Pier, 2018. Night, thick fog. Gulls squawk in the distance. Greg appears carrying a plastic grocery bag. He's in his late 50s.
Come on out, Matt. I need to talk to you. Look, I brought offerings, like I always do.
Gulls suddenly get louder.
All right, calm down. God, look at these fuckers going crazy. It's like they can tell exactly why I'm here.
He reaches in the bag and takes out a handful of bread, flings it as far as he can. Gulls squawk like crazy. Wings flap. Water splashes.
Hey, take it easy, kids. Hey! Oh my God, you miserable fucks. Hey, you! Lay off, you fat fuck. Let the others get some. Get moved the fuck away, you greedy motherfucker. Hey! What's so funny?
You always do this, bring them bread and then curse them out.
Well, there's always that one motherfucker greedy one. Look at that fat fuck. That little one over there didn't get any at all.
There is no justice in nature, Greg. Don't you know that by now?
God, it's thick today.
Zero visibility, just like you like it. Fog as thick as cum, you'd say.
Shut up. I never said that.
Yes, you did.
When?
Matt gradually emerges from the fog. He's on a small dory, rowing lazily.
One of those nights we found ourselves out here in the fog, mystified by this place, gulls squawking, fog horns moaning, our bodies entangled, flesh spit, cum, saliva, writhing with sex.
Oh, stop it. I never writhed.
That's when you said your cum is as thick as this fog, like you could inhale it almost.
Look how beautiful you still look.
Oh, thank you. As do you.
Seriously? I'm almost 60.
Astonishing.
Cut it out. No more foghorns. Did you notice that?
It's called GPS, darling. You can't take it personally.
I can too. I do take it personally.
What is it?
Foghorns are the first thing I heard when I got off that bus. Soul of this town eroding step by step.
Greg?
We've put in an offer on a house.
Wow. How did you manage that?
Not here, you moron. Off Cape.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
You're not leaving Provincetown.
We're leaving Provincetown.
Why would you do that?
I walked by my old house today. It's not my house. It's Mary Heaton Vorse's house. It's on the butcher's block. Did you know that?
No, but is it a surprise? That place must be worth $1 million by now.
Stop it. You sound like a house snatcher.
Is that why you're leaving Foghorns and House?
I ran into someone there. Deborah Wilson. Do you remember her?
Refresh me.
Worked at the freelancer's office. Long brown hair.
Oh, yeah. Floral, right? Hippie type?
Yes.
I thought she moved away years ago.
Well, she was back for the day. She's gone and made herself a hotshot lawyer or something. She's in town shopping for a condo.
Oh, dear.
We peered through the windows together. Stairs stripped, kitchen broken down. Those stairs worn under her feet all those years.
I know that house meant a lot to you, but it was a miserable house.
How can you say that? I wrote a book about that house.
Well, that's never going to go away.
Yes, but the memories, the stories, the ghosts. I hated using those stairs every day for fear of erasing her presence. So Deborah Wilson is salivating, like a cat spying a mouse. She says, "Do you think we can go inside?" And I say, "You know, I used to live in this house." And she looks at me, kind of funny. "Oh, really?" And I say, "It's a house with a lot of history. The writer Mary Heaton Vorse lived here." And I suddenly realize she doesn't recognize me. She has no idea who I am. So I say to her, "Hey, don't you remember me? I'm Greg Morris from all those years ago." Her eyes sort of glaze over and she says to me, she says, I used to know a Greg Morris, but he's gone. He died a long time ago.
No fucking way.
And I tell her it's me. I'm Greg. I didn't die. I'm still alive. And she
What?
She looks slightly disappointed.
That you're alive.
Yes, like I was supposed to be dead.
You are supposed to be dead, Greg. This town saved you. It sustained you. This town is the reason you're still alive.
I know that. Don't you think I know that?
You're making a mistake.
Have you looked around? The fishermen are gone. The Portuguese are gone. Artists are leaving in drove. In the winter, this place is fucking Siberia. Even these fuckers are leaving town. Did you know that?
Who, the gulls?
Yes, they're moving to large cities, apparently.
They're idiots, but why would they do that?
Those fishing boats used to be their lunch platters.
And are they finding fish in large cities?
No, but they've been known to zoom down and snatch sandwiches out of small children's hands.
Nasty fuckers.
I hate them.
No, you don't. You love the gulls.
Shut up.
And you love the dunes, the sunsets, the bay, the ocean, moonlight glistening over the water. This place got in your blood, like it got in Mary Heaton Vorse's blood.
And now I want to take it out like a virus.
Oh, when did you become so arrogant?
That's not fair.
When you were at death's door, everything mattered. Each day, each step, each smile. Now you're taking it all for granted. You think you can walk away from this town and still survive? How does Paul feel about this?
Are you kidding? He's worse than me, grieving all over the place.
Because he knows it's a mistake.
Don't say that.
What do you want from me?
I want you to tell me it's going to be okay.
You're going to live your last days and die alone in some strange town where no one even knows you. How is that okay?
I won't be alone.
You're counting on Paul sticking with you?
I'm not counting on anything.
You think you'll forget this place? Put it all behind you. You think you'll forget me just like you forgot all the others.
I'll never forget you. You know that.
Is that a guarantee?
Yes.
Fuck you.
Matt starts to recede into the fog.
Matt.
There are no guarantees, sweetheart. And you're not so young anymore. You'd better watch where you go.
Matt fades into the fog. Greg turns to leave, and then foghorn, loud, bold, fills the sky.
Son of a bitch. You motherfucker son of a bitch.
As the fog disperses, we see Joe on the deck of the house at Miller Hill. It's 1988.
Kitty, kitty, here, Mercury. Where are you, kitty cat? The cat's gone roaming again.
She'll be fine. She'll be home before dinner.
Should have never let you put that silly bell on her.
I thought you didn't want her catching any more birds.
Yes, but this makes her an open target. Ting, 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 come and get me, I'm pretty little cat.
Matt comes in from the kitchen wearing an apron and smoking a cigarette.
Hey, I thought you were going to set the table.
Sorry, my mind told me to, but my hands wouldn't let me.
Matt replenishes his drink.
Well, that explains it.
Explains what?
Why we're not having sex.
What does that mean?
It means if your brain's not talking to your hands, it's certainly not talking to your penis.
Are you serious?
Sorry, it's a bad joke.
It's a terrible joke. It's not funny.
Oh, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Something.
No, it's just another dinner party, right?
Yes.
And you're making a roast
Yes.
for someone who's macrobiotic.
Hey, Paul says he's craving meat.
Great. So we'll eat roast, consume copious amounts of vodka. You'll get stoned, and we'll have a jolly old evening, just like old times.
Joe.
Is that how it's going to be? Is that how we're going to behave?
I don't think any of us knows how to behave anymore.
Can I stay in my room? Can I go out? Can I go look for my cat, please?
No.
Please?
They're our best friends.
They're your best friends.
They love you just as much.
I don't think they love me. Well, maybe Paul sort of loves me. Greg just tolerates me.
Don't do this.
What am I doing?
Be cheery, please, for his sake.
Cheery over meat and potatoes with someone who's dying.
No one's dying.
How high are you? People are dropping like flies.
Nobody's dying today.
Right. That's what everyone said when my mom was dying. For a whole year,
Joe is setting the table.
nobody mentioned it by name. Even after she died, they said she passed, like she passed gas. She slipped. She found eternal rest. Eternal rest? Give me a break. She died. She kicked the bucket. She croaked.
I can see lifting your spirits is going to be a challenge today.
I'm fragile. I'm sad. Sorry I can't be cheery.
I'm sad too. I'm so sad I can barely stand up.
You're not acting sad.
Because all I can do is try to keep my spirits up.
Well, good luck with that.
You're beautiful right now, you know that?
Stop it. What are you, talking to a child?
I wish you would let me
What? What?
touch that nipple.
You're out of your mind.
Am I? For being crazy about you, for being a slave to you. Would you deny me that?
You'll be here any minute, you said.
I know, I just want to... May I just touch it, please?
Which one?
The left one, the one I love.
No.
The other one, then.
Matt cautiously reaches over to touch Joe's nipple over his t-shirt.
Ah, this is it, you know that?
What?
Touching you. Feel you flinch under my finger. This is heaven to me. It's my Ariadne's thread.
Don't get all philosophical or whatever.
It's the thread that lets me escape the Minotaur.
Stop it. I heard the car.
Matt grabs him by the arm.
It won't make it up those stairs for 2 whole minutes.
Don't be absurd.
Come on, a little nosh.
No.
Joe gets away. He's at the window.
Oh my God. He looks awful.
He looks fine to me. Just lost some weight. Hey guys, welcome, come on up.
How is he going to make it up those stairs?
Paul said he'd be fine.
Paul said. Paul's a lot of yakety yak. What does Greg say?
Baby, just try, okay? Who knows how many more of these evenings we'll have?
How many more? That's cheery. Where are you going?
I'm gonna check the roast.
Where are you, kitty cat? Come out wherever you are. Please be okay. Please be okay, little Mercury. Oh my God, you won't believe this.
What?
He's carrying him up the stairs.
Matt re-enters, wiping his hands.
What? Unbelievable.
Joe opens the door. Paul enters, carrying Greg in his arms.
Hey, you guys, look at you. You're the Pietà.
Oh my God.
Hey boys, welcome.
Did you carry him the whole way?
Just part of the way.
Totally unnecessary. He's a show-off. You're a show-off. You know I would have been fine.
Yeah, sure, if we wanted to get up here before sunset.
Look at you.
Look at me. My ideal weight. Ask me my secret.
What's your secret?
3 fabulous weeks at Mass General. Excellent service, clean, polite, very attentive.
He's only half kidding.
I'm not kidding at all. It was like a very bad cruise.
Plus, he was right.
Not really.
I thought you said...
I was writing in my head, just had a persistent idea.
Fantastic.
Hey, what am I smelling? Is that beef? Do I smell beef?
Matt made a roast for you.
Did not.
Did too.
A whole roast. For me.
Just for you.
I could eat the whole thing. May I?
Matt grabs Greg and envelops him in his arms, holds him a long time.
It's good to see you, handsome. I missed you.
Every time I come up here, it takes my breath away.
It was foggy this morning, and look what happened.
We live in a miraculous place. I can see all the way to Race Point.
Would you like the binoculars? There are lesbians breeding out there.
Lesbians what?
Stop it, Joe.
What?
I've got to see this.
He's making a joke. They're whales.
Oh, Joe, that's terrible.
I know, it's not funny. It's a little bit funny, right?
Not if you're a lesbian.
It's not funny at all. The women of this town have banded together.
You should be ashamed.
They're delivering food. They're driving folks to hospitals.
Oh, fine. Kill me for making a joke.
Seriously, I don't know how we would cope without them.
I'm sorry. They're not lesbians. They're whales.
Joe hands Paul binoculars.
Would you like to look at the whales? They're breaching.
Mm.
Not now. Thanks.
Hey, what can I get you? Vodka, tequila, gin,
Is that vodka orange? I'll have that.
and you?
I don't know. Doctor says I shouldn't drink while pregnant.
That's an old wives' tale.
Is it?
Of course.
Okay, then I'll have a vodka too.
No,
Why?
you're out of the hospital 2 days.
I feel fine.
Not now, Greg. Not yet.
Let the man have a drink, for heaven's sakes. What has he got to lose?
I'll have a Coke, please.
I'll have a Coke too.
No, don't do that. Have what you want.
No, I want a Coke.
Great. 2 Cokes and a Joe
You've got to be kidding.
and a vodka coming up.
Something's different. You've rearranged.
We just had a central vac installed.
Terrific.
I dedicated it to my mom.
You dedicated a vacuum system to your mom.
She always wanted one for her own house, but could never afford.
I see.
So I made a plaque. Betty Langford Memorial Vacuum Center.
Wow.
She'll get a kick out of that, you know. Her name on a plaque.
Of course.
Hey, it's amazing you were writing while
Say that. I had a stubborn idea that distracted me from, bronchoscopies.
Ouch. Do I want to know?
You don't want to know.
Matt's been writing too. He's been writing like crazy.
Great. Philosophy?
No.
A novel.
He's up till dawn, drinking, smoking, typing up there like a maniac. He says he's quitting philosophy.
What?
No way.
That's what he says. I'm fed up, he says. He says, what's philosophy ever done for me? So he's writing a book.
That's great.
Really? He gets up at noon, gets stoned, eats 1 boiled egg, then goes up to type all day and night again. How is that great?
Is he quitting teaching?
I don't know. You should talk to him.
Why should I talk to him?
Because you're wise and he respects your opinion.
I think it's a good thing. He wanted to do this for years.
See, this is why I want Paul to talk to him, not you.
Excellent news.
Matt enters with tray of drinks.
Mercury's returned.
Oh, thank God for that.
Hey, you're writing a book.
Ah, no, he told you. Why did you tell them?
Because they're your friends. And some of them are reasonable people.
Matt gives Greg his drink.
I think it's terrific.
Oh, come on. Scholar writing a first novel. How many times have you seen that disaster?
It's what you've always wanted.
Well, you can't always get what you want.
Yes, you can if you put your mind to it.
Well, my mind is to it for sure. This thing grabbed me by the neck and it won't let me go.
It's fantastic, Matt.
He stays up all night. Then he sleeps until noon.
What's wrong with that? I love sunsets.
Matt gives Paul his drink.
Was Mercury outside?
Yes.
You know that's not safe, right?
See, I told you.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Safe. What does safe mean?
What does safe mean?
Yeah, how do you define safe?
As in not in mortal danger?
You mean 0 harm.
Oh, watch out, Paul. Philosophy rabbit hole.
Not 0 harm, but I believe as her caretaker, you have a responsibility to protect her.
Oh, and how do you define responsibility?
Oh, come on.
No, seriously. Look what we've done to her. We've carved out her ovaries. We've torn out her uterus.
Lions and tigers and bears, shut up.
She's been trapped her whole life. We've kept her hostage in a house with 2 crazy queens. I mean, look at us. Is this responsible? Is this safe? Or is it cruel?
I'd say that it's responsible.
Oh, and now, the ultimate indignity, we've attached a bell around her neck so she won't kill any birds. Is that responsible?
Greg takes a swig off his drink.
What's the matter?
Nothing. It's fine.
Is there something wrong with your drink?
Nope. It just swallowed wrong. It's nothing.
Paul takes a sip off his own drink.
Oh my God, how much booze did you put in this?
Is it too much?
Too much. We said
It's okay, Paul.
we said no alcohol. We said just Cokes.
Oh, I thought you said vodka Cokes.
Matt, we clearly said
Oh, it's okay. Let it go.
I'll take them back. I'll do them over.
No, don't be silly. Don't.
You did this on purpose. It would have been funny before, but now.
Come on, Paul. Lighten up.
Oh, lighten up.
Yes. Didn't we come here to see friends? We're here to enjoy ourselves. Sit back. Lighten up. Come on.
Fine.
Hey, how come we don't have any music?
You want music?
Yes, please. There's always music in this house. Let's have music.
Matt goes to select an album.
So, writing this book, does this mean that you're quitting teaching?
Paul.
What? It's a normal question.
I am quitting teaching.
Ah, shit.
Wow, after all these years?
Do you have any idea how many pretentious, cryptic, boring papers I've had to read over those years? Some of them written by me. All these abstractions and endless questions and no answers. I am choking to death in academia. The other day, I was at the blackboard scribbling some stupid shit about absolute time versus absolute motion. And I suddenly thought, Fred died today. Did you know Fred?
Of course.
And then I thought Gerald and Harry and Renee and Christo and Diego. And then,
Okay.
no, it's not okay. I thought, what am I doing? Life is imploding and I am trapped in a bubble of abstractions. So I came home that night and shut myself upstairs.
With a bottle of vodka.
And I picked up a pen and this thing happened.
What thing?
Greg knows.
I do.
This this thing started to rush through me like a tidal wave. It grabbed me, it tossed me, it raised me to heights I'd never known before.
Wow.
Jiminy crickets, what kind of shit were you smoking?
Okay.
You know.
I do.
It's out of control. I mean, the thing is writing itself. I can't stop now.
Great, Maddie. Congratulations.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
L'chaim.
Matt has put on music. Give Me Shelter by the Rolling Stones. He's gyrating with a glass in one hand and a cigarette in the other.
I love you guys so much. And I am thankful for you every fucking day. And I'm so glad you're here. I love seeing you guys. Even if your faces get ugly as shit over time, I still love looking at your faces.
Oh, well, same here, Matt.
But I am sad. And I can't go back to that blackboard. And I think Mercury deserves to live an authentic life, like the two of you, like us, like all of us. Is that wrong?
It's not wrong.
Then let's drink to that. Dance with me.
Oh, stop it, you.
Go on, Joe. Let's see some moves.
Oh, you think I'm just a girl who can't say no?
You can't say no, Joe.
You have never said no, Joe.
Oh, all right.
Drink in hand, Joe gets up to gyrate to the song.
Now, look at that. Have you ever seen anything more beautiful in your life? You're the envy of Greek gods. You know that? That's how beautiful you are.
Joe cuts off the music.
Hey, what did you do that for?
The roast.
All right. I'll check on the roast.
Need any help?
I need my potatoes mashed.
I would be glad to mash your potatoes.
Don't mind him. He's just being silly.
I know. It's Matt. He's coping.
He's been worried sick about you. We both have.
It's okay.
What's okay?
You don't have to worry.
What do you mean?
What good is worrying? It's a useless state of mind.
We worry because we care about you.
I know.
What are the doctors saying? Is that okay to ask?
One doctor said I should put my affairs in order.
Oh,
So I fired him.
you fired him?
Yes. I put my affairs in order? Like what? Arranging my socks?
And the other doctors?
First doctor I saw the day we got there, when she looked in my mouth and saw the thrush, she winced, her face close up to mine like she was looking at a carcass.
Oh my God.
And Paul was right there. He was devastated already. It wasn't helpful.
Did you fire her too?
I don't think she's interested. Well, I don't think she thinks she'll ever see me again.
So, do you have a doctor?
Yes, one doctor I liked very much. She's an intern.
Intern? Why an intern? Don't you want a real doctor?
Everyone's an intern with this thing.
But still, she's an intern. She's a student.
At least she saw possibility. She's curious. I like that.
Possibility for what?
She thinks I'll live a year. With AZT, she hopes I might live a year and a half. Listen, it's okay.
You keep saying that. What's okay?
At least I know where I stand. Those 8 months after the test were unbearable. Check my temperature every day, 5 times a day, feel my lymph nodes, my neck, my armpits, my groin. In the shower every morning, they were like bullets under my skin. I knew this thing was hatching and turning and multiplying inside me, and I was like, come on, fucker, do your thing. So finally it did its thing, and it almost killed me.
It almost killed you.
But it didn't.
Your family must be devastated.
No.
They're not?
No.
What do you mean they're not devastated? Are they glad?
They don't know.
You didn't tell them?
No.
Why?
What do you want me to say, Joe?
I don't know. What do you want to say? They're your family. Shouldn't they know? You almost died. Don't they have the right to know?
Told them because I'm scared, okay? I'm scared of dying, and I don't want them to see that.
Paul gently approaches Greg, touches him on the shoulder. The sun is setting.
Baby, look over there.
Matt enters with roast.
Are you all seeing what's happening out there? Another miracle right in front of our eyes.
My God, look at that.
They're bathed in a ravishing light of a setting sun. Lights dim. Dinner's end. Plates have been cleared. Joe is pouring coffee.
Are you actually saying no to cheesecake?
If I take one more bite.
Stop and Shop. How can you refuse? Greg?
No, actually, I think we should,
We should go. We're tired.
When did we become we instead of you and me?
Never. No. I'm tired.
You're not tired. I'm tired.
I'm tired too.
No, you're not. You're not tired. I'm tired, and that's why we're going home.
Okay.
Matt, they're leaving.
Hold up, I'm making you a plate.
Thanks so much for having us. It's always a delight.
Hey, sit for a second.
What?
I want to say something to you.
Okay.
My mom fought it until the bitter end. She couldn't face it. She didn't want to go, and I know how hard this must be, but I hope you'll be able to find peace with this.
Joe, it's okay.
No, I just want to say, realistically speaking, you should put your affairs in order. You should talk to your parents. You should take care of unfinished business, because otherwise it's a hard death.
Matt enters with a plate covered with foil.
Roast beef, veggies, and cake packed on a plate. What's happening? What's wrong?
Greg vomits.
Oh, shit. Is he okay?
Paul rushes to Greg with a napkin. Matt hands him another one. Paul wipes Greg's mouth.
I'm fine. I'm sorry. I'm fine.
I just have to get him home.
Paul holds Greg and ushers him toward the exit. Greg forcefully rids himself of Paul's arms. He goes to the door. Paul follows.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Well, that's a mess we didn't expect.
Matt goes to the kitchen. Joe moves to the window, gazes outside. Matt returns with pail and rag, gets on his knees and scrubs. Joe, still looking out, checks the nodes on his neck. Lights dim. The A house. disco music and lights. Matt stands watching the dance floor. Paul enters.
Hey,
Hey, what a surprise. You were looking for me? Great. Hey.
looking for you, actually.
Oh, yeah? Well, look at that number over there. The one in the vest. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Oh, God, he's beautiful.
He doesn't even see me. I am invisible in this place. No one can see I'm here.
Oh, come on.
No, it's true. I can walk across the dance floor and no one will notice me. I'm an almost 35-year-old ghost.
You've still got it, and you know it.
Yes, but does he know it?
Who cares?
What?
I said, who cares?
I care.
Do you want outside?
What?
Can we go into the courtyard? It's loud and smoky in here.
Oh, sure. I'll buy you a drink. What would you like?
I'll take a Bud Light. Thanks.
Courtyard. Paul sits on a barrel. Matt comes with a beer for Paul and lights a joint.
How are you doing? How's Greg? Is something wrong?
Oh, Greg's okay right now. He's doing some experimental treatment to ward off the pneumonia. He goes to the clinic to inhale some vile stuff.
Ugh.
We had to fight for it.
Yeah, I heard. You had a die-in at the clinic.
And guess what? It's saving his life.
Really?
Absolutely. It's keeping the pneumonia at bay. He's had it twice already. He can't afford a third time.
Oh, jeez.
And you?
I'm sorry we weren't there.
Where?
At the clinic. You know, we should have been fighting with you. I'm embarrassed. I should be more involved. I should fight. I should protest.
It's okay.
I should at least volunteer at the support group. I don't know why. I'm paralyzed. I don't know. You're amazing.
Matt,
What?
I know.
You do?
Yes.
How?
There's a list at the support groups.
Ugh, fuckers. And they tell you it's all confidential.
No, it is confidential.
Oh, then how come you're talking to me at a bar?
Because I'm your friend, and I'm pretty sure that nobody is listening to us.
Well, it's fucked up. I'll tell you that.
Are you okay?
Me? I'm fine.
And Joe?
He's not fine.
What's going on? Listen, we're in the same situation. I need to talk too. It's good for us to talk.
He had some horrible skin condition. We thought it was Kaposis, but it turned out to be some viral thing. AZT seems to keep it somewhat under control, but he says the medicine is ravaging his body. He's nauseous, he has diarrhea, he's not sleeping, and he's depressed.
It's rough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he won't let me touch him.
There's help out there. You know, there's support groups, therapy. So many men are going through the same thing. Greg finds it helpful.
And Greg is really okay?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say that. He's he's a trooper. We're taking it one day at a time, and he's writing.
He is. Amazing. What is he writing?
He's writing about our house.
Your house?
Yes, and Mary Heaton Vorse.
Why her?
Because she's Provincetown. Because he says he hears her talking to him.
He does?
When he was in the coma at the hospital, when we almost lost him, he says that he had a vision and that she came to his bed.
Is he sure it wasn't another Mary, like Mary, Mother of God?
For Greg?
I guess for Greg, it would have to be a communist.
It's a ghost story. He's calling it Force House.
Ghost story.
Or spirits or something. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Are you still working?
Nope, just stopped this week. They weren't just too sad to see me go.
Okay.
You know, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. Just watch him deteriorate each day. I get up every morning and he's all I've got, and he looks worse. I don't know if I can carry this through. He's dying right in front of my eyes.
You can't look at it that way.
My only escape is my book. Once he gets settled down, I go up to the attic and bang on that.
No, that's good.
I don't know what that means. I'm not a pro like Greg. I'm a monkey on a typewriter.
It means just what you said. You've got something to hold on to, like a life jacket. That's good.
You know, I want to go back in there. Are you coming?
No, I'll go home.
Okay, then.
Matt starts to go.
Hey, Matt,
What?
maybe you should drink a little less.
Oh, fuck you, Paul. Thanks for coming by.
Matt goes back to the disco. Music blares. After a moment, Paul stands and leaves. Matt puts down his drink. He claps his hands and attempts a little to dance. Herring Cove Beach, a bright late afternoon. 3 beach chairs and an umbrella. Joe is seated, but not under the umbrella. He's absorbing what's left of the day's sun. Greg comes out of the water in a bathing suit. He's wrapped in a towel.
You should do it. It's fantastic.
No thanks. I'm much happier soaking up the sun.
You're baking, not soaking.
Stop.
What?
What's good for me? Stop smoking, stop drinking, don't lie in the sun. All of it for what?
Well, are you taking your AZT?
Yes, I'm taking my AZT, so what?
If you're taking medicine to prolong your life, then why would you do shit to make it shorter?
Because AZT maybe buys me a year, so why shouldn't I enjoy the sun on my last summer on the planet?
Because what if it's not your last summer?
Stop your dreaming, Greg.
Look at him splashing around like a kid. The eternal boy.
He's another one. Give me a break.
What do you mean?
Talking philosophy to me, Plato this and Plato that, immortality of the soul.
Does he convince you?
Of what?
Immortality of the soul.
You know what he's like? He reasons. I suppose you believe all of that.
Me? No. I don't know.
Do you know or don't you know?
I don't know.
My mama told me my soul will burn in eternal hell. Therefore, I refuse to believe that my soul is eternal.
Hey,
What?
there's this new protocol. Everyone's saying it's looking promising.
What is it?
Peptide T. It's a lottery thing.
Oh yeah, if you win the lottery, you go into a double-blind study. Like I don't have enough uncertainties in my life. No thank you.
Philip White got on it.
Good for him. I hope it works.
Joe, come on.
Everybody's so desperate. Are you watching them? I don't even want to go to group anymore.
You can't do that.
It's all people moaning and grieving. I got this infection and this person died and all the junk people are doing. People who never uttered the name of God are now at church every week.
It's not really church. It's the Unitarian Church.
You've been going, haven't you?
I've been once or twice.
Are you holding hands and singing that silly
What
song?
are you talking about?
You know the one.
I love myself?
Yes, are you singing it?
I have once or twice.
Sing it for me.
What?
Go ahead and sing it. I want to hear it.
Now?
Why not? If you think it's that helpful, why not sing it for me?
First of all, it's not helpful if I sing it for you. You have to sing it for yourself.
Sing it for myself.
Yes.
Okay, I'll sing it for myself. With you.
Do you even know it?
For fuck's sake, is there anyone in this town who hasn't heard it?
Okay.
Okay.
I love myself the way I am. There's nothing for me to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable.
You know how pathetic you are right now, don't you?
Yeah, I know. I'm pathetic. Oh my God, what's happened to me?
Come back to Earth, Greg. Come back to Earth.
Greg stares off toward the ocean. Joe picks up his book.
I only wish I had accomplished something.
What are you talking about?
Something to be remembered for. I don't know. Look at you. You're a published author, for God's sake.
Believe me, no one's gonna remember me for that.
And Paul's an artist, and Matt's a scholar. You're all brilliant. All I'm leaving behind is a plaque for my mom on a vacuum cleaner.
You're loved. Doesn't that matter for something?
But for what?
What do you mean?
For my intelligence.
What?
I'm loved, if you can call it love, for my body, for what used to be my body. Why else would a philosophy scholar fall in love with this?
Stop it. That's not true.
I was never smart, but I was beautiful. Now I'm still not smart, and I'm also not beautiful. Honestly, I don't know why he would stay with me.
That's offensive. You know that? He's my oldest friend. Give him more credit. He sees a beauty in you. You don't even realize. Look, he might be a scholar, but he has heart.
I heard people are drinking their own urine. Did you hear that, Greg?
What?
I said people are drinking their own piss.
I know.
You're not. Greg,
What?
are you drinking your own piss?
I have. Once or twice.
Oh my God, my dear, you're not.
Why not? It's sterile and it has curative and strengthening characteristics.
Are you feeling strengthened and cured?
I'm still here, aren't I?
Hey, boys, look at you.
Paul comes down the dune. He's dressed in khaki shorts and t-shirt.
Oh my God.
Hey, Polly.
Both having a good day at the same time. When was the last time that happened?
One of us is feeling particularly strengthened and cured. Can you guess who that is?
What?
How was work?
Ugh, awful. This town is completely obnoxious. The shit we put up with to live here.
Labor Day's around the corner.
Hey, is that a book?
Yes, it's a book. I read sometimes.
Well, what is it?
Never mind.
It looks like a Harlequin. Are you reading a gay romance novel?
Are you going to shame me? Please shame me. I love being shamed.
Oh, what's it called?
None of your business.
Come on!
Leave him alone. He's on the beach.
Come on.
It's called Kidnapped by the Pirate. It's a series. It's about men in distress.
Oh, that sounds kind of hot, actually.
There is a pirate for all of us out there somewhere.
Paul kisses Greg.
Hello, my pirate. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Oh, this is a sacred place.
They all contemplate this corner of the earth.
I love myself the way I am. There's nothing for me to change. I'll always be the perfect me.
Matt comes off the sea. He's wet.
What the hell has happened?
Fade, then black. February. Heavy snow. House. Paul comes to the front door, lets himself in. He's carrying lunch.
Lunch!
Paul takes the package to the kitchen. We hear him start the microwave. He comes back out. The place is a mess. Ashtrays full. Half-finished glasses of vodka orange. He surveys.
Anybody home? Matt? Joe?
Bathroom door is shut. He goes to it and knocks. No response. He opens the door.
I'm sorry.
Paul shuts the door. Comes back to the living room area. Matt appears at the top of the stairs.
What are you doing here?
Lunch.
Why?
Shelley called in sick. How long has he been in there?
What are you talking about?
How long has Joe been in the bathroom?
How should I know? Ask him.
Joe, are you okay?
Who wants to know?
It's Paul. I brought lunch. Can he get out of there on his own?
He got in there on his own, so I assume he can.
Never been better. Thanks for asking. What a nice surprise.
Joe appears at bathroom door. He's disheveled and much weaker. He's dressed in sweats that could use a wash. He moves slowly and tentatively. He seems older than his age.
Shelley called in sick, so
Wonderful. Always nice to see you.
Paul is slipping on plastic gloves.
What's that?
what?
Are those gloves necessary?
I thought I would do some cleaning. You got a pile of dishes in there.
Oh, do you think you're going to get infected from our dishes?
No, of course not. That's not why.
Well, they're jarring and offensive.
The lady has soft hands.
I'm sorry. We put them on for the client's protection.
Oh, and you believe yourself when you say that?
Matt,
Don't worry about my dishes. I can clean my own house.
Paul takes off gloves.
of course you can.
Won't you sit down for a bit, Paul? Or are you in a rush?
No, I'm not in a rush.
How's our Greg?
He's okay. He's on that new protocol, DDI.
Yes, I'm getting on it too. Please thank him for telling me.
That's terrific.
What's terrific is the work the community did. The soldiers getting the government to put it on a fast track. They gave us hope, finally.
I'm glad you're doing it. It does sound promising. And here's the thing.
What?
Greg and I are doing the study for discordant couples. When was the last time you got tested?
Me? Last month. They test me every time I take him for a blood draw.
And you're still negative.
Yes, I'm still negative.
Well, then you guys should consider taking part in this research. They're looking to see how couples remain discordant over time and why and all that stuff.
That sounds interesting.
Easy answer. We don't fuck. Will they research that too?
Well, I'm sure that it would be useful.
Oh, bullshit. They have made an industry of this thing. All this research and drug trials and shit. Who do you think is benefiting from this? They don't know if these drugs work. Burroughs Wellcome made millions from AZT, and it's still killing people. Nobody knows if this new drug is any good. They don't even know if the so-called virus is the cause.
Well, I think there's enough evidence by now.
It's bullshit. It's all lies.
Still, it would be nice to be in a study.
Are you serious?
What would be the harm?
The harm is your washed brain, but it's too late to do anything about that.
Well, good. So we'll do it then.
Fine.
Great. Okay, well, I should,
He stands and gathers a glass or an ashtray.
What are you doing?
I'm just going to take these to the kitchen.
Don't worry about it.
Matt,
What?
I can understand why you don't want me to help, but
But what?
you have to admit that you need some assistance. I'll have someone come in.
Oh, brother, come on. Really? You'll have someone come in? Who do you think
Maddie,
you
I'm
are?
serious. This situation is untenable. Your kitchen is filthy.
Oh, come on.
Looks like no one's done the dishes in weeks.
4 days at the
The
most.
living room is filthy. It needs dusting. It needs vacuuming.
We have a central vacuum system, first rate, a delight to use.
Where's Mercury? Is her box being cleaned?
I don't know. I haven't been up there for a while. Matt?
Mercury's fine. She's snoozing. She mostly does her business outdoors now.
You can smell it as soon as you walk in the house, and I haven't even seen your bathroom.
Don't go in there, please.
Why?
Just please don't.
There's nothing wrong with the bathroom. He can go in if he wants.
I don't need to go into the bathroom, okay? I won't go into the bathroom. Matt, I'm afraid you don't have a choice. Someone has to come in and take care of this.
Oh, otherwise what? Are you going to report it to the support group?
I'm concerned because I'm your friend. And also, yes, I have to report it. It's my job.
It's your job. You're a volunteer.
Look, a lot of folks need assistance. It's nothing to be ashamed
fuck
of.
you, Paul.
Come on, Matt, this is not healthy.
Would you like some tea, Paul? We have the herbal tea you like.
No, thanks, I'm okay. How's the book coming along?
What?
Your book, how's it coming along?
It's coming along.
Greg and I are both looking forward to reading it.
Well, it's not finished yet.
Have you considered sending it to an agent?
What agent? And it's not even finished, so
You could probably get an advance.
what are you talking about?
Don't you have an agent for those philosophy books you published?
No, those people are not interested in this.
Well, I'm sure Greg would be happy to send this to his agent.
What are you saying?
Matt, you're writing an important book, and advance could really help you out.
This sounds like you're trying to make a bargain with me.
A bargain. When was the last time you left the house?
What?
When did you get out of the house last?
Wow. Have you seen the weather?
I know, but when?
I don't know. 4 or 5 days ago, I went down to Brian's.
Is that where you're getting food?
What's wrong with that? They make excellent sandwiches, and they also sell booze.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Oh, stop it. Stop judging me.
I'm telling you, you need to get this book out. I know an agent who will buy this book. You need to get this book out and get out of this pickled state that you're in and get some fresh fucking air. And I'm telling you, Greg can help you sell this book.
Oh, in exchange of what?
Just let someone come in and clean this place. Let someone come in once a week.
You are relentless.
Matt, believe me, this is a good thing.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So make me a copy of what you've written and I will get it to Greg.
Paul gets his coat, getting ready to leave.
Greg doesn't have to read it. He can just send it to his agent.
Why? He wants to read it and so do I.
I think it might upset him.
Oh, okay. I'll tell him that.
Goodbye, Paul. Thanks for stopping by.
Paul hugs Joe.
My pleasure.
You don't have to read it either.
But I will.
Paul hugs Matt.
I love you guys.
We love you too.
Paul goes. Joe almost immediately turns on the TV. Matt lights a cigarette and stands staring at Joe. Lights dim as darkness descends. Matt has gone upstairs. As the room gets darker, the TV gets louder. Joe continues watching TV for a while. Then he stands and goes to the bathroom. A moment later, Joe emerges from the bathroom with a large glass half filled with urine. He takes it to the kitchen, places it on the table, sits in front of it for a moment. Joe gets up and fetches orange juice from the fridge, adds some orange juice to the glass. He contemplates for another moment and adds ice and picks up the vodka bottle, fills it to the rim. Matt comes out. He has an empty glass.
Hey, are you hungry?
No.
Joe brings the glass to the living room, places it on the table next to his chair, and lights a cigarette. Matt goes to the kitchen, picks up the vodka bottle.
We're out of vodka.
Sorry.
I'll go to the bodega.
It's crazy snow out there.
It's all right. I'm boisterous.
Matt goes to put on his coat. Joe continues to watch TV.
Don't forget your meds.
I won't.
Joe opens the drawer and pulls out a pill organizer, takes a pill, washes it down with his drink, takes out another pill. Joe swallows pills one by one. End of Act 1. The Vorse house, dawn. Greg's sleeping fitfully. Paul comes out of the bathroom. He pulls dirty sheets out of a laundry basket and stuffs them into a duffel bag. He sits on the bed and gently nudges Greg, gives him a pill and a glass of water. Greg swallows pill. Paul kisses Greg on the forehead.
Sleep.
Greg buries head under the sheets. Paul takes the duffel bag and opens the front door. Bright day, birds chirping. It's spring. Paul leaves. Several hours pass. Greg is at the table facing a rather large word processor. He types. He thinks. He types. He's tired. He's unwell, but engaged. Soft knock on the door.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, Matt. What a surprise. Come in.
Hey, doll. Don't get up.
Shaky on his feet, Greg stands. They hug.
You want some tea?
Sure. I brought you a donut.
Chocolate?
Of course.
Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Sit.
No, I'll get it.
Matt lights the fire under the kettle.
What the hell is this?
Word processor. Miracle thing.
No shit.
You should have one. Everyone should have one. Changed my life. Look at it. Try it.
Wow. And I'm still on a manual typewriter.
They're not cheap. Support group helped me buy it.
Excellent. And you're still writing.
Yes.
That's great.
It's my Arabian Nights.
What does that mean?
Means if I go to bed knowing I have writing to do the next day, I'll get up and I'll live another day. Yeah, it's silly. I know.
No, it's not silly.
People call it magical thinking or whatever.
Whatever.
And this house.
Well, it's spring outside and it's still fucking freezing in here.
I know it's a drafty old house, but I love that because it speaks to me. It creaks at night, it moans when it's windy, it smiles when the sun pours in.
Seriously.
And I sense the people who used to live here way before me. I sense Mary walking through her kitchen, opening and shutting her cupboards, stirring her soup, writing at this table, watching the bay as the fog rolls in, as the tide goes out. Our houses are our biographies, she said. It's her biography, and I'm only a guest here. As long as I'm here, I feel the house will collaborate with me to tell her story.
Do you actually sense her like she's walking around and stuff like a ghost?
I sense her when I listen to her. It's my imagination, Matt. I sense her because I can imagine her.
I've come to understand something of that, the listening part.
You brought the book.
Yes.
Took you long enough?
I finished it.
Wow, that's terrific.
Paul said you could send it to your agent.
Of course.
You don't have to read it if you don't want to.
Why would I not want to?
It's long and it could be upsetting. I don't know.
So you just want me to send it to my agent?
It's a huge favor, I know.
I don't mind reading it. I want to read it.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I have this thing called MAC, Mycobacterium avium complex. It's vile. Bacterial thing, fevers, night sweats. Poor Paul has to wash the sheets every day, and they're disgusting.
I'm sorry.
At least it's not pneumocystis or toxoplasmosis or kaposis or whatever.
So the DDI is not working.
I don't know. My T cells are hovering around 50.
50?
I know it's horrendous, but at least they haven't dipped further the last couple months.
Oh, so the DDI is working.
I don't know if it's working, Matt. My body has no defenses left. I shouldn't be alive, but they said a year and a half at the most, and it's a year and a half, and I'm still here, so I don't give a fuck if it's working or not, so long as I'm alive, and as long as I can get out of bed and see Paul's face and make you tea and sit at this god-awful contraption and pretend I'm accomplishing something, so don't ask me if it's working or not.
I'm sorry I asked.
I don't know what it's doing. I have no idea what's happening in my body. But I'm still here, okay?
I shouldn't have brought you my book.
Don't be an idiot. I'm looking forward to reading your book.
It's not working for Joe, just so you know. He hardly leaves his chair anymore. Only to go to the bathroom. That's where he eats, that's where he sleeps, but mostly that's where he watches TV. I mean, maybe these drugs work for some people, but they don't work for everyone. And the worst thing is they give people hope. And that hope lasts for a while, but then they have to face reality all over again, and that makes it even worse.
Greg takes a sip of tea. Whatever energy he had seems to drain away.
Hey, listen. I need to lie down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not you. I can only sit up for so long. I run out of gas. I'm a cat. I nap a lot.
You didn't eat your donut.
Leave it here. I'll eat it eventually. Hey, will you put the book here next to me?
Sure. What can I get for you?
Nothing. I just need to sleep.
Okay.
Matt kisses Greg lightly on the forehead. Greg shuts his eyes. Matt quietly slips out of the house. Lights dim. Vorse house, living room. Several hours later, Greg is sitting on the couch, cup of tea next to him. He has Matt's book in loose sheets, reads a sheet and slaps it down, goes through pages. Paul enters with duffel bag.
Darling, you're sitting up. That's good. It's starting up again. It's bear week, and I love bears. You know that. But boy, do they eat like, well, I mean, they eat like bears. They're jolly and hairy and sexy as hell, but they pretty much eat and drink up this whole town. I feel for those busboys who have to mop up those tables. Hey, you okay?
Hey, I used to be one of those busboys.
No shit. You were hot.
Paul goes to Greg, kisses him, feels his forehead.
And you're still hot. You're burning up. Why are you sitting up? Did you take Tylenol?
I'm okay.
I'll change the sheets real fast, and you can get back into bed.
No, don't.
Why? What's the matter?
Paul sees the book.
What's that?
What's this?
Yeah. What is it?
The town where young men come to die.
What are you talking about?
Title of the book, The Town Where Young Men Come to Die.
Fuck, that's awful. What is it? Is
Yes.
Matt's book?
Mm-hmm.
The town where young men come to die. What the fuck?
And that's not all.
What's not all?
It's probably, no, not probably. It's definitely the worst book I've ever read.
No, come on. You didn't even read the whole thing.
I didn't have to. I skimmed the pages and it's painful enough. Believe me.
Hey, don't be harsh.
Are you kidding? I mean, he can write a sentence. He's a professor, for fuck's sake, but he can't tell a story to save his life. And it's supposed to be a novel, but it's pretty much factual with astonishingly transparent aliases. Oh, you, my friend, are called Peter.
I'm in the book?
Yes, you're a corn-fed Midwestern gentle giant, big-hearted but gullible.
Well,
No, don't say it.
and you?
I'm the struggling writer, and I'm sick. And I'm delusional because I think I see ghosts. And I'm called George. And more than anything, I'm in denial against all odds. I pathetically try to believe that I'm gonna live.
Fuck.
Doesn't matter.
What doesn't matter? It's terrible. It's offensive.
It doesn't matter what I am or you are. What matters is what Joe is.
What do you mean?
Joe dies.
Joe dies?
Yes, he's called Jimmy. And at the end, he dies. It's tragic and sad ending, and poor Jimmy dies. And all of these unfortunates are seen through the eyes of the all too compassionate and suffering. And get this, Maurice.
Oh, Maurice.
Maurice loves, Maurice serves, Maurice sacrifices, Maurice falls to his knees at sunset at Herring Cove and cries out, "Why? Why? Why?"
Oh my God.
I don't know if I should laugh or cry or yell or what. It's so fucking devastating, yet also infuriating. I mean, how can anybody...
Hey.
He's trivialized it. The whole thing. The struggle and the fear and death itself, he's cheapened it. It's a monument in narcissism.
Hey, calm down. You're upset. You have a fever. Shall I call the hospital?
No, you shouldn't call the hospital.
Okay. I'll change the bed.
No!
What?
Don't change the bed. Don't call the hospital. Don't give me Tylenol. What are you doing, Paul? Do you see what you're doing? There's a half-finished painting in there. You haven't touched in months. You haven't lifted a brush in weeks. What's the matter with you? You're forgetting who you are. Just stop. Just stop. Go be normal. Go live a life.
Paul turns and goes to the bedroom, remains standing for a moment. Tears come, but silently. He just sits on the bed and cries.
Paul, baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm really sorry, Paul. Baby, I'm so sorry.
Greg pulls himself up, goes to the bed, wraps arm around Paul. Paul sobs. Lights dim. 2 or 3 hours later, Paul on couch with book strewn about him. Greg comes out of the bathroom. He's shaky. He walks to the living room, sits across from Paul.
You're right.
I know.
It is the worst pile of shit I have ever read. It's not just a short-sighted, indulgent, ludicrous story, but it is also badly written. It is a very badly written book. Oh, it breaks my heart.
I know.
He means well, you have to give him that.
What?
Well, he's not writing with bad intentions. He's doing the best he can. He's just limited, that's all. Just does that surprise you that he's not a good writer?
He kills his boyfriend who is still alive. He's doing it because he and I'm not sure why he thinks this. He thinks it makes a better story.
Well, he's taking poetic license.
Joe is still alive, Paul. What does this do to Joe, do you think?
Well, maybe he hasn't read it. Maybe Matt thinks Joe will never read it.
I want to see Joe.
What?
I want to see him.
I don't think that you should.
What do you think I should do? Send it to my agent?
No.
I can't talk to Matt about this. I want to talk to Joe.
Okay, sit.
Why would I tell what would I tell him anyway? I can't lie, right? Would I tell him the truth? What would that accomplish?
Paul pulls Greg down to the couch, wraps his arms around him.
No, seriously, what can be worse than that? He's written his first novel. He's convinced. No. I'm telling you, he's convinced that this is the great American novel. He thinks it's a masterpiece. What are you shushing me for?
Paul plants his mouth on Greg's. Big, long kiss stops Greg from bitching.
You don't do that. I know sometimes you kiss me just to make me shut up.
Yep.
Paul kisses Greg again.
Your fever is down.
I want to see Joe.
I'll see what I can do.
Paul embraces Greg. Greg lets go and relaxes into the embrace. Lights dim. Benches in front of town hall, an occasional cruise spot known as the meat rack. Greg sits on a bench. Next to him, Joe is in a wheelchair. They're both eating ice cream.
I can't believe you left us at the meat rack.
I thought that's what you said.
Well, I may have said it, but now I regret it.
Okay, right? We're watching people. That's always nice.
Yeah, but it used to be a two-way activity. You looked at them, they looked at you. Now it's like a really bad shampoo commercial.
But there's ice cream.
Oh yes, we love the ice cream. Look at us. Can you fucking believe this?
I know. Hey, listen.
What? What?
Nothing. It's all right.
Is it some other protocol?
No. It's okay.
I don't mind. You can tell me.
There is no protocol.
Come on, Greg. There's always a protocol.
Well, there is, but I don't have to tell you about it.
Hey, here's a question I want to ask you. I've been wanting to ask you ever since we met.
What?
You three. The three of you.
Us three?
Yeah, what is it with the three of you? You and Matt and Paul?
What is it?
What's the story?
Oh my God, it's such an old history. Didn't Matt tell you?
Only that you were all together in college, but I could tell the first time I saw the three of you at sunrise on the pier, my first morning in town.
Yes.
I remember thinking that your souls were intertwined, the three of you. It was more than sex. It was more than friendship. It was even more than love.
When I first met Paul, he'd been with Matt, but they'd broken up. Paul and I were both sophomores. I'd just come out. I was eager and horny. Matt was a grad student, 30 years old. I remember thinking, my God, he's ancient. I was only 20. Anyway, Paul and I got together, but then I had a thing with Matt, which had as much to do with Paul as it did with Matt.
That's weird. What does that mean?
Because they'd been lovers. It was as though I loved Matt through Paul.
You loved him.
loved him enough to have a fling. Then Paul broke up with me, which devastated me. I was lost, I was lonely, and then... Or Provincetown found me. And I thought, what kind of place is this? This is like well, you know.
I do.
And then Paul moved to Provincetown, and then Matt moved to Provincetown, and you built a house. Paul and I were separated for only a year. After that, Paul's my thing. He's my guy.
You and Matt had a thing
Yeah, it was a thing.
before you moved to P-Town,
Yeah,
or after?
well, a little bit of both. It was messy, but now we're the best of friends.
And Paul was with you the whole time,
Yes.
and he was okay with all the mess?
Paul's the most forgiving man on earth, and I'm the luckiest son of a bitch that ever lived.
Matt's still in love with you.
What?
He still loves you.
Don't be crazy. Matt never loved me. He was never in love with me.
I think he wrote the book for you.
Get the fuck out.
After you got sick, he was devastated. That's when he started the book.
Stop it. That's just not true.
And I think he wants to impress you.
Have you read the book?
You know I don't read literature.
Well, you should read this book. Your boyfriend wrote it.
I don't really want to.
Do you even know the title?
No.
You don't know the title.
No.
Unbelievable.
Should I know the title?
The Town Where Young Men Come to Die.
That's the title?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, it's striking, isn't it? It's fantastic.
Are you kidding me?
No. What's wrong with it? It's true, isn't it?
I did not come to Provincetown to die.
I did.
How can you say that? You weren't even sick when you got here.
But I knew. I think deep down I knew.
How?
All those years in New York City, I practically lived.
Know what happens in the book. You don't know what happens in the end.
Should I know what happens in the end?
I don't know. Are you interested?
I guess. Well, you have to tell me now.
There's this character based on you.
No shit.
He hasn't talked to you about the book at all.
No!
You keep saying it's going to be a bestseller and shit.
Yeah, I say that so he'll be happy.
Character based on you. His name is Jimmy. He dies at the end.
Oh.
He dies of AIDS at the end of the book.
Well, that's kind of an honor.
What?
Well, if my death is at the end of the book, it's like the climax, right? It's the most important event.
That doesn't bother you at all.
And I'm dying, aren't I?
You're not dead yet.
Oh.
He's used your impending death for dramatic effect. He's trivialized it.
Trivialized it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Yes, you did, and it's true.
What?
My death is trivial.
Stop that.
Who are we kidding, Craig? No one will notice I've come and gone. Nobody but me has really known I've been here. The only person I touched. It was a philosophy professor who's drinking himself to oblivion.
Everything you're saying is stupid and none of it is true. You know it's not true. For some fucked up reason you've decided not to fight, but you can fight.
Maybe I don't want to fight.
I want you to fight. I want you to fight, Joe. I want you to fight with me.
Well, that's selfish.
I don't care if it's selfish. When you give up.
All? What's the protocol?
What?
You said there was a protocol that you didn't want to tell me. I want you to tell me the protocol. What's the protocol?
Well, I feel silly telling you now.
What is it?
A cyclovir.
A cyclovir?
Yes.
The herpes drug?
Yes.
The drug that treats herpes?
Yes. There is some anecdotal evidence that taken in combination with DDI, it might have some positive effect. Some people have seen some positive effect.
Are you on it?
Not yet. I've asked my doctor about it.
Your doctor, the intern?
She's not an intern anymore. By now, she's one of the highest ranked specialists.
Whoop-de-doo.
There's progress being made, Joe. I know it doesn't look like it, but there's progress.
How many people?
What?
How many people have seen some positive effect?
I have no idea.
Look, I know my life hasn't been in vain. I've had friends. I've had you, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you trying to help me.
Stop it.
But really, if someone puts me in a book, even if I die at the end, it's okay with me, especially if he's doing it to make it a better book.
It's not a better book.
Well, hopefully it's a good book.
It's not a good book. It's a bad book. It's a very bad book.
Don't you dare tell him that.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't care what you're supposed to do. Whatever you do, just don't tell him.
I feel I have to.
No, because it will kill him.
It will kill him?
He's got everything invested in that book now. I think it will kill him.
Hello, little duckies. How was ice cream?
Oh my God, infantilize much?
Sorry, you're just both looking so adorable.
Where were you?
Nowhere. I just took a stroll.
Why did you leave us alone?
No reason. I just thought you wanted to visit or whatever.
I'm ready to go home.
Okay. Okay. I'll come back for you.
I'll manage.
Paul starts to wheel Joe away. After a moment, Greg stands, shaky on his feet. He follows. Parallel scene: Miller House, Vorse House, and Miller Hill. At Miller Hill, Joe, in his recliner, TV on, plate on his lap, he's dozing and intermittently munching on some potato chips. Matt sits on the couch, smoking. He has his usual drink. At the Vorse house, Greg is in pajamas lying on the couch. It's not going well. Matt puts out his cigarette, goes to the TV, turns it off.
What'd you do that for?
Are you watching it?
Sometimes it keeps my mind occupied.
Sounds making me crazy.
Keep it on mute.
Paul enters the Vorse house, work clothes, carrying a prescription bag from the pharmacy.
Hey, what's up? Are you all right?
Not great. What are you doing here?
I took a break. The pharmacy called. I picked this up. You know, we have to leave this house.
What are you talking about?
It's moldy and drafty, and we're both miserable here.
I'm not miserable.
You just said you don't feel well. What can I do?
Go back to work.
Don't be silly. What happened?
It's nothing.
Greg.
Diarrhea, vomit, fever, the usual.
Shall I call the doctor?
No,
Greg indicates the bathroom.
I made a mess. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Paul goes to the bathroom. Matt's been staring at Joe.
What?
Why won't you talk to me?
What?
You never talk to me.
What's there to say?
You talked to Greg yesterday.
You just had ice cream. Oh my God, the meat rack.
What did you talk about?
This and that.
He asked to talk to you. What did he have to say?
Nothing. The usual. Another protocol. Not a protocol. It's
What?
a cyclovir.
The herpes drug?
Yes, he's read something about it in one of those rags. Same old shit.
Anything about the book?
What?
Did he mention the book?
No.
He hasn't read it or anything?
No, he didn't mention it at all.
Paul comes out of the bathroom. He goes to the phone, starts to dial.
Who are you calling?
The doctor.
Are you finished with your plate?
Yes.
Don't.
Matt takes plate to the kitchen.
Your doctor wants to know what's going on. I'm calling the doctor.
Phone down, Paul.
No, I'm calling the doctor.
Hang up the phone.
Hey, calm down. What is going on?
Sit with me for a little bit, and then you'll go to work.
I'm not going back to work.
Sit. I spoke to the doctor this morning.
Okay.
Not good news.
But what is
We have 12 helper cells left. 12. There's no point in calling. There's nothing they can do for me.
Fuck that. This is not you.
Just
The two sit for a while, with Paul holding him.
Matt,
What?
have you loved me?
What?
Have you loved me, Matt?
What? What do you mean? Have I loved you? I love you. I loved you from the day I met you. I've always loved you. Don't you know that?
What do you think about this thing?
What thing?
The thing Greg's talking about, the acyclovir thing, do you think I should?
What?
Do you think I should try it?
Oh, baby.
Would it be silly?
Silly? No. You can do what you want, but I hate for you to get your hopes up again. And
I know. You're right.
Matt sits on the couch, lights a cigarette. Joe stares at TV. Paul has stood up. He's staring at Greg.
don't look so upset. It's harder when you're upset to see you so upset.
Well, if I'm upset, then I'm upset. It's not up to you. God, you're so controlling.
You know the hardest thing?
I know.
I don't think dying would be so bad.
Stop that.
Except for one thing.
You're not dying.
Not being with you.
I know.
That's the worst thing. The one thing I don't think I can bear.
You have 14 T cells.
12.
Whatever, 12.
I should have at least 600.
You still have 12. You don't have 0. You have 12.
Paul leaves the room in tears.
I don't understand this. Is this a test?
What are you talking about?
Why would you ask me such a question? It's not my life to live or die. Take the fucking medicine if you want. Just don't ask my advice.
You say I don't talk to you, Matt. But honestly, there's not much there to talk to.
Oh, so that's my responsibility too.
Most of the time you're in a fog. You're drunk by noon. By 3, you're stoned.
Give me a break. Are you so selfish that you don't see what I'm going through?
You always drank, Matt, and you always loved pot.
Well, it's my right to live my life the way I want.
But it's escalated like crazy since I got sick. Like it's an excuse.
I am the one watching you waste away day by day. You have no idea what kind of pain this is.
Actually, I'm the one watching you. I've been watching you kill yourself every day for 15 years. Have you looked in the mirror lately? You look awful. I see you trying to climb those stairs. You get so winded, you can barely make it, and you refuse to see a doctor.
I'll see a doctor when I see a doctor.
You're sick, Matt. You're very sick.
I'm not sick. I'm just tired.
You need to stop drinking.
Fuck that. I do not have a...
You're an alcoholic. You're killing yourself. You love me at all. You'd do something. You'd try to get better.
What is that from the pharmacy?
Oh, this? Nothing.
Where are you going?
I need to clear my head.
Are they treating you for herpes now?
Do you need anything?
No.
Where's my cat?
I put food out for her. You know she'll be back.
There's some talk going around. You know, it's
It's what?
stupid.
It's not stupid if the doctor prescribed it.
Please. She'd prescribe a heroin for me at this point if I asked.
You asked for it?
Yes.
Then it's not nothing.
Baby,
What?
I don't have to tell you.
No.
You need to face this. We both need to face this.
As soon as you feel better, we're going to leave this house. We're going to live in a better house.
Can you leave now, please?
Say yes.
Yes.
I don't want to leave. Why do I have to leave?
I have a conference.
What the hell are you talking about?
My 12 little soldiers and I are going to have a conference.
Paul takes the pill container out of the bag and leaves it next to Greg.
What do you want for dinner?
Pea soup?
Oh, I hate pea soup.
I know. And chocolate cake.
Paul kisses Greg on the forehead.
Give those 12 little guys my regards.
Night. Greg's still on the couch, passed out. Phone rings. He ignores it. Phone keeps ringing. He musters the energy to reach over to answer it.
Hello?
Matt's calling from a payphone.
Hey.
Disco music in the background.
Hi.
Matt?
Yeah.
What's wrong? Matt, what's happened? Is Joe okay?
I can't do this anymore.
Are you drunk?
I'm fucked up. I know that, but it's not my fault. I didn't sign up for this.
Matt, I know it's hard, but I can't talk to you when you're drunk.
I need you.
Call me when you've sobered up.
Don't say that. Just don't say that. I'm never gonna sober up.
Then don't call me anymore.
I need to ask you something.
What?
My book.
What about it?
Are you gonna do it?
Send it to my agent?
Yes.
I can't talk to you about this right now.
It's a simple question.
I haven't even read it yet.
I said you don't have to read it. I said just send it. I begged you.
You didn't beg me.
Well, I'm begging you now.
Listen to me.
I love you.
Stop it.
I do.
Listen to me.
What?
Don't ever call me when you're drunk like this again. Do you hear me? Don't call me when you're wasted. I don't want to hear from you.
Don't do that. Don't hang up.
Greg hangs up.
Fuck!
Matt lets phone drop. He can barely stand up. Paul shows up.
Matt. Hey, Matt.
Whoa. Look who it is. Prince Charming showed up.
Oh, man, you are a mess. Get up.
Don't touch me.
What are you going to do? Stay on the street? Let me take you home.
Oh, don't be crazy. I'm not going home with you. I am going home with one of those boys.
Oh, really? Who's going to go home with you? Look at yourself.
Oh, one of them will. Look at them. They're all desperate. Half of them are already dying.
Hey.
Oh, what's the matter? Did I offend you?
Yes, you did. Now pull yourself together.
Oh, poor Paul. So sensitive, so long, so loving.
You mean corn-fed gullible giant?
What?
Come on, get up.
What did you say?
I said get up!
Your boyfriend just hung up on me.
Good.
He said he didn't read the book. He read the book. You read the book.
Yes, I did, and I didn't care for it.
Oh, you didn't care for it?
No.
You arrogant son of a bitch.
Yes, it annoyed me, considering what's happening in the world.
Fuck you.
You know what? You can rot on the street for all I care.
Hey, don't walk away from me.
What do you want me to do? Matt, you're acting like a self-pitying, disgusting...
Oh, disgusting.
Yes, I find you disgusting. I find this disgusting. Greg was right to hang up on you.
I asked him one small favor, just one favor before he died.
He's not dying.
Oh my God. Did you just say that?
He's not dead until he's dead.
Well, don't hold your breath.
What happened to you? I don't know why. I still try to protect you.
Oh, protect me from what?
From yourself. Here's the truth. Your book sucks of shit that I have ever read, written by a miserable drunk, which is what you are.
Matt grunts and attacks him. They scuffle, but Matt's too drunk and soon Paul has him in a grip. At the house, Joe wakes hearing a skirmish outside. Animals struggling. Coyotes yapping. Mercury screams.
Matt.
Paul has released Matt. Matt is fighting for his breath.
Matt.
We hear Mercury howling for her life as she's dragged away.
Matt. Matthew.
Mercury's cries fade further away. Coyotes yap.
I am taking you home.
No.
Joe is shaking. He can't stand. He can barely breathe. He tries to cry out. Greg has opened the container and holds a pill in his hand. He reaches over to the glass of water. Matt sobs in Paul's arms. Greg knocks over the glass. Water pours out.
Fuck.
Joe convulses and slumps back down.
I don't want to go home. Please, I don't want to go home.
Greg gets on his knees and crawls across the room to reach a bottle of water. Paul drags Matt off stage. Greg reaches bottle. Sitting on the floor, he swallows the pill. Blinding flash of light on him. Then dark. When lights rise again, Greg is lying on the floor. At the house, Matt and Paul look at Joe's dead body from across the room, unable to approach. Foghorn, loud, fills the sky. Lights dim. Provincetown Pier, late night. Nearing sunrise. Foghorn now heard in the distance. Greg and Paul sit on the bench facing the water. Greg wears a jacket over his pajamas. Paul holds an urn.
Did you hear that?
What?
Thought I heard a foghorn.
No more foghorns, baby. You know that.
I just thought I heard it.
Greg takes a piece of bread out of his pocket, tosses it. Gulls squawk.
This is totally illegal, you know.
Who cares?
Well, we better get it done before people get out on the street.
Paul starts to take the lid off the urn.
We have to wait till sunrise.
Does it have to be
It
exactly?
has to be exactly, yes.
Okay.
This deep, commodious harbor, she called this. If it weren't for its broad and beautiful expanse, the town would not be here. It lives and breathes through the harbor. The lively coming and goings of vessels are the very core of this town's life.
Hello.
Joe approaches from behind.
Sorry, I don't mean to bother you.
It's okay.
I wanted to see the sunrise over the bay.
Well, you're right on time.
I'm Joe.
Hi, Joe. I'm Greg. This is Paul.
Hi.
My first day here. I came on the bus yesterday morning. I haven't slept since.
Do you have a place to stay?
No, but I didn't mind. This place is amazing. I wanted to take in every minute. I don't want to leave.
Do you have to leave?
My bus is at 10. Do you all live here?
Yes,
Just in the summer or?
year-round.
Amazing. And you,
What?
you're both so beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Stop. We're old.
Are you together?
35 years.
36 years.
It is 35.
It's 36. We were broken up for a year, but it still counts.
Okay, it's 36.
That's why you're beautiful. You make each other beautiful.
Oh, God.
You can sit down if you want.
What is that? An urn?
Yeah.
Ashes?
You ask a lot of questions.
I know. I'm sorry.
A friend of ours. We just haven't had the heart.
He died a while ago, but we haven't.
You wimps. You took your sweet time with that.
There he is.
I'm Matt. This is Matt.
Hi.
15 years that sat on your shelf.
15.
Who's counting?
We didn't have the heart.
You didn't have the heart.
I didn't have the heart.
We're leaving town soon.
Tomorrow.
Why?
It's time.
Foolish boys.
Why would anybody leave this place?
It's time.
Almost sunrise.
Oh, Matt loved the sunrise over the harbor. He'd be up every morning, and most mornings he would be hungover.
God love him.
Oh dear, should I leave?
No. It's okay.
It's okay.
Let's do this, boys.
Lights begin to change as the sun peaks over the horizon.
Oh, fuck. Have you ever seen anything as incredible as that?
Paul gently flips over the urn. Music. Tiny lights glide through.
So beautiful.
What's your name, handsome?
I'm Joe.
It's daylight now.
Nice to meet you, Joe. Are you new in town?
Just visiting.
Joe came yesterday. Hasn't slept since then.
Why?
He doesn't have a place to stay.
I didn't have a place to stay.
Matt just built a house on Miller Hill. Amazing place overlooking the whole town. You can see the dunes, the ocean.
The dunes?
Oh, yes. Beautiful dunes out here. And dune shacks where all kinds of people, well, mostly artists, O'Neill, Williams. You should see the dunes.
Joe's bus leaves at 10.
Why don't you come up to the house?
I can, my bus.
Oh, where do you have to be?
New York. I have a job.
So?
I have a job. I have to be at work.
So what? You're in Provincetown. These things don't matter here.
I came for a day 34 years ago, and look what happened.
Lots of guys end up staying.
Well, most guys.
It's a sanctuary of sorts
For gays.
for everyone, gays, artists, eccentrics, even just regular people.
Weird.
I was going to say anyone who doesn't fit in.
Would I fit in?
How'd you feel when you got off that bus?
I smelled the sea. I saw the fishing boats, the sky, the light. It's so peaceful. I felt elated.
No, you should be here when there's a
Oh
hurricane.
my God, it's crazy. People have died.
It's fantastic.
I dragged Paul down to the pier. He's always wimpy, but I make him come anyway.
Ah!
Guy is roaring, the bay is ferocious, tossing the boats, pounding the houses.
Matt goes on his deck high on the hill.
Rumble thy belly full, spit fire, spout rain, your horrible pleasure.
And he does his King Lear bit.
Oh my God.
Every fucking time.
Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man.
I think I'd love that.
You beautiful poor thing.
Welcome home, Joe.
I think so, yes. Thank you.
Come with me. You'll love it up there, and I have plenty of room.
Okay.
Great. Come along then.
It was great to meet you guys.
You too, Joe. I'm sure that we'll see you again.
Goodbye.
So long, fellas.
So long, Matt.
Bye.
Paul and Greg remain huddled together on the bench, looking at the bay.
Oh, so long, Provincetown.
And thank you.
Gulls. End of play.